Hello everyone, I'm Miss Wong. Today we are going to learn about division of fraction. Before we move into this topic, let's have a review of the meaning of division. The first meaning of division is sharing. Sharing means everyone receives the same amount, with no one getting more or less than another. Let me give you an example. Suppose we have 2 pizzas and need to share them evenly among 5 children. Since we only have 2 pizzas and there are 5 children, therefore we know that each child will receive less than a whole pizza. So we are dividing 2 pizzas among 5 children. The division expression will become 2 is divided by 5. As we know that the division can also be written as a fraction. The number in front of the division sign is 2 is the dividend. If we written as a fraction, which will go on top of the fraction bar, which will become the numerator. The number after the division sign is 5 is the divisor, and it will go to the bottom of the fraction, which will become the denominator. Therefore, the answer will become 2/5. Each child will receive 2/5 of a whole pizza. If each child gets 2/5 of a pizza, then 5 children will give us back 2 whole pizzas. The second meaning of division is grouping of, which means that we need to find out how many groups will be fitting into a whole. Let me show you another example. Again, there are 2 pizzas. The shopkeeper wants to pack 1/8 of a pizza slice into a box. Therefore, how many boxes are needed to pack all the pizza? 2 pizzas are needed to be cut into slices of 1/8. We want to see how many groups of 1/8 are in the 2 whole pizza. Therefore, we can use division to calculate it. The expressions become 2 pizzas is divided into 1/8 slices. Every 1/8 in a group, it will become 2 is divided by 1/8. First, we need to think how many 1/8 are there in a whole pizza. We can divide a pizza into 8 equal slices by cutting it 4 times. Therefore, we can see that there are 8 slices of 1/8 in a whole pizza. Now we got 2 pizzas. Each whole pizza got 8 1/8 slices. So 2 times 8 is 16. Therefore, we know that there are 16 slices of 1/8 pizza. The shopkeepers need 16 boxes, each holding 1/8 of a pizza. If we put all the 16 pieces back together, we will again get back 2 whole pizzas. After we revise the meaning of division, let's learn a new term, reciprocal. A reciprocal is when you flip the numerator and the denominator of a fraction. For example, the reciprocal of 3/4 is 4/3. The fraction 3/4, 3 is in the numerator. When reciprocal it, we will put the 3 in the denominator position. At first, 4 is in the denominator. When reciprocal it, the 4 will put in the numerator part. So, the 3/4 reciprocal it will become 4/3. How about a whole number like 28? A whole number can also be written as a fraction over 1, which means that 28 is equal to 28 over 1. if we reciprocal it, the 28, we will get 1 in the numerator, and the 28 will become the denominator part. So, the reciprocal of whole number 28 will become 1 over 28. In fractions, there are 4 types of division. The first one is whole number is divided by a whole number. The second one is whole number is divided by a fraction. The third one is a fraction is divided by a whole number. And the last one is a fraction is divided by a fraction. Let's start with a whole number is divided by a whole number. As we said before, division can be written as a fraction. The division sign can be written as a fraction line. The number before the division sign will be put in the numerator part. The number after the division sign we will put in the denominator part. Like A is divided by B, we can write it A over B. For example, 3 is divided by 9. Because 3 is in front of the division sign, we will put the number 3 as the numerator part. 9 is behind the division sign, we will put as a denominator. It will become 3/9. And then we can simplify it and it will become 1/3 as the answer. There is another example for 82 is divided by 4. Although 82 is greater than 4, it will also be the same. 82 is in the front, therefore we will put in the numerator part. Then 4 will become the denominator. 82 over 4 is an improper fraction. We can use a long division to change the improper fraction into a mixed number. 82 is put inside of the column, and 4 will be put next to 82. The quotient will become 20. We will mark 20 as the whole number part. As 2 is the remainder, we will put it in the numerator part, and 4 will be put in the denominator. 4 and 2 are both even number. Therefore, we can simplify them to become the final answer 20 and 1/2. We will look into the next one. A fraction is divided by a whole number. Let's see an example. 2/3 is divided by 4. Imagine that there are 2/3 of a cake, and we want to share it evenly among 4 people. What fraction will each person get to the whole cake? We can use a rectangle to represent a whole cake. The colored part is 2/3 of a cake. We now share the first 1/3 cake into 4. Then we will share the next 1/3 cake into 4 again. A, B, C, and D represent the amount of different person get. We can see that in the picture, each person gets 2 pieces of cake, which is 2/12 of the whole cake. As the cake is shared among 4 persons, the expression will become 2/3 is divided by 4. Each person is getting 1/4 of the 2/3 cake. That's become 2/3 times 1/4. We can do the multiplication of fraction. The numerator times the numerator, 2 times 1. And the denominator times the denominator, 3 times 4, and will become 2 in the numerator and the 12 in the denominator. As 2 and 12 are both even number, we can simplify it and give the final answer of 1/6. Here is a useful tips for dividing fractions. The first one is converting mixed numbers into improper fractions. Then changing the division sign to a multiplication sign. At the same time, flipping the divisor, the number after the division sign, to its reciprocal, which means changing the position of numerator and the denominator. The denominator goes up and the numerator goes down. Finally, we can do the multiplication of fraction. At the same time, simplify the fraction to give the final answer. After we learned about a whole number is divided by a whole number, and a fraction is divided by a whole number, I believe you have got some knowledge on the division of fraction. According to the 5 steps we mentioned, we should now know how to do with all the other division of fraction. There is an example. 3 1/2 is divided by 4 2/3. As both numbers are mixed numbers, the first step we should do is converting both of them into improper fraction. 3 times 2 adding 1 to become the numerator. So 3 1/2 is equal to 7/2. 4 times 3 plus 2, so 4 2/3 equals 14/3. After changing them, we follow the second step, changing the division sign to a multiplication sign, and flipping the fraction in the divisor to its reciprocal. That means 3 1/2 is divided by 4 2/3, becomes 7/2 is divided by 14/3. Then 7/2 times 3/14. Now we can do the multiplication of fraction, and together with the simplification, we know that 7 and 14 have a common factor of 7. So we can simplify them, 7 to become 1, and then 14 to become 2. There is nothing to be simplified, therefore we can do the multiplication. 1 times 3 to become the numerator, and 2 times 2 to become the denominator. Therefore, the answer to become 3/4. Today, we have reviewed the 2 meanings of division, learned about reciprocals, together with division of fraction. I hope this video helped you to understand how to do the division of fraction. If you have any questions, or there is another topic you would like me to explain in more detail, feel free to leave a comment. If you would like to learn with me, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell. Bye!